This is the ERIDE 3.0, one of the fastest bikes in its class. And today I'll be doing a full review on the bike and also going on a ride right after to see what it could do. Starting off with the price, the bike has been raised from $5,100 to $5,800. The bike came mostly fully assembled other than the front wheel and the bars, and the whole unboxing process took around 1 hour. Now for the specs of the bike. The top speed on the website says 65 miles an hour. This is one of the fastest bikes you can get in this class. Right behind the ERIDE SR, that has 25 kilowatts compared to the 15 on here. But let me tell you, 25 kilowatts is way too much power. It's very hard to control without the bike wanting to pop up, and the weight difference is very noticeable. This bike you can throw around and do stunts on and it feels super nice. In comparison, the Sur-Ron is 8 kilowatts, Talaria I believe is 6 kilowatts, and something like the Ultra B is 22 kilowatts. So it's a great middle ground, especially for the weight of this bike. It can pop wheelies at 30 miles an hour with literally just throttle, and the front wheel does not want to stay on the ground. But let me tell you, the tune is very good and very manageable. You can absolutely upgrade the controller, but I genuinely don't feel a need to. It has more than enough power and the tune is perfect. This bike comes stock with a 72 volt 50 amp hour battery, and I haven't did an official range test yet, but I'm estimating around 40 to 50 miles while keeping a decent pace. Moving on to suspension. The 3.0 comes stock with a Fast Ace front fork and with a matching Fast Ace rear shock. And by no means am I a professional in pushing this bike to its limit, but from my experience, the suspension is great. I've took it on trails, dirt jumps, street, and pop wheelies, and I have zero problems with the suspension. The rear spring has a nice compression, not being too stiff, but also very playful. The linkage system on the ERIDE 3.0 is very similar to a Sur-Ron. It's not exactly the same, but it's very similar. The ERIDE 3.0 comes stock with Shinko dual sport tires, which are great for the dirt and great for the street. They're super grippy on the trails, and as soon as they hit the streets, they feel like supermoto tires. So these are really the best tire if you do both street and dirt riding. The rim size is 20 inches in the front and 19 inches in the back, which gives it a very nice aggressive stance. Now let's talk about my least favorite part of the bike, which are unfortunately the brakes. Yes, they are a lot better than the mountain bike style brakes that come with the ERIDE 2.0, but they are very squishy, which is weird because my friend has an ERIDE SR with the same exact brakes and they're a lot better. But if ERIDE is assembling bikes that come with brakes like this, that just means the brakes are not good. I will be upgrading these brakes in the future to prickly Ultra B brakes, but dropping $350 per brake is kind of hefty, so I'll wait on that a little bit. They do lock up the tire pretty easily, and wheelies do feel pretty good, but I'd rather get good brakes right out of the box, and I'm sure you would too. Some things that I really love about the bike are the large pegs that come stock with the bike. They're very similar to the prickly extra large pegs that you can get, and they come stock with the bike. Another thing is the controls on the left side. Switching from sport to eco mode is super easy, and you can always tell which mode you're in and switch it on the fly without looking at the screen. This bike also comes with a reverse button, which most bikes don't have. If you think it's not useful, you're very wrong. It's gotten me out of a lot of sticky situations where I had to maneuver in a very tight spot, or if I was on a decline. It really helped me out. So just to wrap up a couple thoughts before we go on our ride, this bike is perfect for an intermediate to advanced rider. It has a ton of power, great suspension, and just look at it. It's beautiful. It's honestly one of the best looking bikes on the market right now. And as I said in the intro, this is one of the fastest bikes you can get in this class. Right behind the ERIDE SR, that has 25 kilowatts compared to the 15 on here. So for me, the ERIDE 3.0 is the perfect bike. Let's do a little size comparison. I'm 5'6", and this is how I look sitting on the bike. It's really a great size. My friend that's 6'2" also looks good on this bike. Now without further ado, let's take it for a ride. The ERIDE comes with 2 pairs of keys. They turn on the bike and also unlock this hatch for the battery. Let's turn the bike on. Has this nice little design, and the bike is on. It's automatically in park when you first start it up, so you press this P button and you're good to go. Here's your sport, here's your eco, regen 1, no regen, and regen 2. You could feel which mode you're in, but you could also look at the screen. Right here it says 1, none, and 2. Here you have your horn, it's pretty loud. And here's your reverse button. So you press the reverse button and you pull the throttle and it starts going in reverse. Let's do a pull on eco mode and in sport mode. First, let's do eco mode. 3, 2, 1. Alright, now let's do sport. This is gonna be super hard. 3, 2, 1. Let's try that one more time. In sport mode, 0 to top speed, 3, 2, 1. See, it just wants to pop up. Do a wheelie test, 10 miles an hour, just throttle. Pops right up. Let's do it at 25. 1, 2, 3. Wheelie test at 30 with only throttle. 3, 2, 1. It is a little slower at 30, but it does pop it right up. As I said, these tires are very good for dirt and very good for street. They're not perfect for either, but it's the best of both worlds. If you mainly do dirt trails, you would want knobbies, and if you only do street, you would want supermotos, but I do both. So this is actually perfect. Putting the bike into sport mode, it feels like a completely different bike. I wish they had a middle setting between eco and sport, but it's all right, you get used to it. The tune on the bike is actually perfect. You're pulling a little bit, it's a very linear curve, just like this. It's not like this, it's more like this. This bike can pop a wheelie with just throttle at 30 miles an hour. Once it's over 30 miles an hour, you do need to distribute some weight to the back. And the tune is actually very good for wheelies. I don't feel like it's overpowered or anything. I feel super in control when I'm at my balance point. And like I said, the brakes are not the best. They are a little squishy, but they get the job done. Now suspension. This suspension is very good. Yes, I did come from a cheaper bike, the Ridstar 220, which suspension was terrible, but I can tell you that the suspension is great. It's super bouncy, but also stiff enough to have control, if that makes sense. I will take it on dirt to show you what it could do on the trails. I'm not a professional. I can't ride like these riders you see on YouTube, but I could show you what it does. The Shinko dual sport tires are great for dirt too. I did fall on this trail yesterday, so I'm gonna take it a little easy. It should give you a good understanding how good these tires are and suspension. Grip's pretty good. This is a bunch of sand. Not the best example. But as you can see, I'm not slipping too much. And I'm not the best rider. So someone with more experience could definitely rip a lot better than me on this bike. Regen switch is super useful and super easy to use. When I'm wheeling, I put it to 0 because I don't want any regen. But once I do need to come to a stop, I put it in 2 and it starts slowing down. Regen 1 is kind of weak. Regen 2 is a lot stronger. See, it comes to a stop. But when you're wheeling, you generally want to have it off. Now the balance point on this bike is super solid. I don't feel like I'm gonna fall off the bike going too far back, and it's super controllable when you're up there. Now like I said, the ERIDE SR is more powerful, but generally you don't need that much power. I'll be honest, when I rode it, you couldn't even do a solid pull without the bike trying to wheelie on you. Some people might think that's good, but for some people like me, 15 kilowatts is a sweet spot. Even Saranster said 14 kilowatts on his Saran is his favorite mode, and I 100% agree. I know all the people that ride SRs, 90% of their time they're in eco mode, and the weight of the SR is a lot heavier than this. You can't throw it around like I throw around this 3.0. So the 3.0 is great size and weight. I do wish it had better brakes though. That's my one con about this bike. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys want to see more riding videos, I have a bunch of videos on my channel, so please subscribe, like, comment if you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything on the bike. I'll answer them in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!